What if I told you that political arguments aren't actually arguments about facts? They are arguments about two different nervous systems that experience the world in two very different ways. In this video, I'll explain the uncomfortable idea that your politics may be shaped by your biology, brain structure, and even physical reactions. And this explains how some debates may feel impossible. So, quick disclaimer here. This video is not about which is the right or more correct side. This is about why your side feels more correct or right. Most people think that politics is a debate about ideas, but the deeper layer is temperament. Some people crave stability and clear boundaries. Some people crave novelty and flexibility. And that difference isn't just cultural. It shows up in the brain. Multiple studies show a link between conservatism and a larger right amygdala, the brain's alarm system for fear, threat, and uncertainty. For example, a study by Kanai et al. Published in the journal Current Biology found that greater conservatism is associated with a greater volume in the right amygdala. If your threat detector is more sensitive, security and tradition can feel more like common sense. Clear social rules feel like safety. But the other side isn't less moral. They may be optimized for a different type of environment. Research has suggested links between liberalism and brain systems involved in handling conflicting information, plus higher tolerance to ambiguity and greater neuroplasticity. This references the role of the anterior cingulate cortex. It's understood that the anterior cingulate cortex supports flexible learning under cognitively demanding conditions. For some people, uncertainty feels like possibility. For others, uncertainty feels like danger. Now, here's where it gets more controversial. It's not just your brain structure. It's partially inherited. Twin studies consistently suggest political ideology is around 30% to 60% heritable. But it's not because there's a single gene that determines political leaning. It's actually due to thousands of tiny genetic variances that shape temperament together. And those temperaments show up as personality traits that you've heard of. Genetics influence the big 5 personality traits, and 2 of them map strongly onto political leanings. Openness to experience correlates to being left-oriented, and conscientiousness correlates with being right-oriented. Okay, brain and genetics are one thing, but the most interesting part is this. Your body can give it away. One of the strongest predictors of conservatism is disgust sensitivity, how strongly you react to gross stimuli. And it all found that strong physiological reactions to gross stimuli were associated more strongly with conservatism. If your system reacts harder to contamination cues, then purity and in-group protection policies can feel protective, not hateful. So with all this research, why do political debates feel that they are becoming worse, not better? Recent research suggests that the more political knowledge someone has, the more their heritable views appear. Knowledge acts like an enriched environment that lets predisposition fully express. So more information doesn't automatically mean more openness. Sometimes it just makes you better at defending what you already believe. This doesn't mean that culture doesn't matter. It does. But it also means we should stop assuming disagreement is always evil or ignorance. So when you find yourself in a difficult argument, follow this framework. First, translate. Don't attack. Before you argue policy, identify what the other person is optimizing for. Safety, stability, novelty, fairness, belonging. 2. Argue values, not facts. Most political fights or arguments are value conflicts, not debates over facts. And number 3. Design better conversations. If someone's threat system is activated, hard facts and data won't be heard. Lower their perceived threat first, then talk. And if this makes you uncomfortable, good. It means that you are seeing the complexity under the surface. If you feel that politics is tearing people apart, It's not because suddenly everybody got dumber. It's because we've been pretending that politics is purely logical, when a lot of it starts deeper than logic. You are not just arguing with ideas, you are arguing with biology. If you found this topic interesting, you may also want to learn why more choice doesn't equal more freedom. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.